So you don't want to pay to have a professional bike fitment done, but you want your bike to feel just a little bit more in tune with you. Well, today we're going to show you how. Let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another great episode of Bike Showcase. Once again, I'm joined by my co-host Brandon Van Leuven. Brandon, how the hell are you?
Doing all right.
Nice. And we're at Check Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix in Goodyear, Arizona, because where the cool kids hang out, and me. And today we are going to talk about things you can do to fit your bike to you, obviously, if you don't want to go through the procedure and the cost of getting a fitment done. Going to have some videos linked here, parts 1 and 2 of a fitment series that we did on fitting your bike here at Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix. I can tell you it was a game changer for me as far as that goes, but not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody has the extra coin for that. So, Brandon, one, how the hell are you, dude? It hasn't been a week because we're recording on the same day, you know? So, but have any plans for this weekend coming up?
No.
No? Soccer?
I might be working.
Okay.
I might be working all weekend. We'll see what happens.
All right.
I'll be drinking beers and watching football.
Football.
All Sunday long.
Oh,
I'm
man.
hoping that's how it goes. That's a dream. That's a dream Sunday to me.
Dream come true. I love it. I love it. We should all be so lucky. So,
Yep.
well, tell us. I mean, and here's the thing: you get a bike and it's roughly fitted. You know, you adjust the seat a little bit and tinker around and everything. But there's so much more you can do to really make the bike feel good. Like just at the end of a ride, you don't feel beat up. You're feeling energized, not exhausted.
Right.
So take it away.
First, we should start at episode 1, which is going to a bike shop and having a professional take a look.
He meant episode 4 because we don't talk about episode 1 around here, okay? It's the original trilogy. I'm joking. Bad movie reference, and I'm a nerd.
Starting from the beginning,
Yes.
The very, very beginning. Go get a professional to give you a recommendation for the size out of the box for you. And do your due diligence and take at least 2 test rides. Say I want to do the bike you recommend for me and the next bike you would recommend for me in sizing, and see how they feel. Take them for an extended test ride. That will make a difference when you're purchasing your bike in the first place. Once you've done that, there's always fine tuning that can be done. No bike is perfect for you right out of the box.
Correct.
Or very rarely anyways. So at that point, then, like you were saying, I recommend getting a professional fitting done, because now we are just getting hard numbers that you can take with you for years to come. And we're not experimenting.
Because we're not growing, and for the most part, we're not shrinking. So
Right. So, it's getting it right the first time. But there's plenty of people, again, you said fitting's expensive. $250 at our store for a road bike fitting.
Now,
$350 for a tri-bike fitting.
Right. But you have a 2D and a 3D fitment.
Right.
Okay, so what's the 2D fitment?
They're all $250 now.
They're all $250
Right, because our 3D is broken.
Oh. Oh.
Our 3D computer took a shit.
Well, definitely watch our video, because that thing was freaking cool, everything it did, man.
It was. So we're trying
Straight out of Hollywood.
We're trying to figure out what we're going to do. We're making some changes to our fitting.
Okay.
But about $250. And again, it's not cheap, but it gets it right the first time.
Right.
And if it doesn't get it right the first time, at our store, if it's not right, you can always get another consultation done free of charge. We're not holding you to that if we didn't get it perfectly right. So,
which is what a reputable shop does, my friends. Okay, let's make sure we understand that. Okay, going to Joe Blow Bike Shop. Okay.
So now, if you've changed crap on your own and you're coming back to me,
that's a different story.
We're going to charge you.
It's a different story.
You put a different saddle and handlebar on there and say, "Oh, I want another consultation." No, you've changed your geometry.
But your fittings, though, include recommendations for saddles, handlebars, what you should get, all those different things, and you're not held to that. It's not like you have to buy that stuff right then and there. But I can tell you, after you guys did my fitment and made the recommendations, it was a couple weeks later. I bought the parts, had you guys put them on. We adjusted everything per what the measurements were on the fitment. Guys, seriously, I've never had a more comfortable ride. And to some degree, we can actually extrapolate those measurements for your mountain bike as well.
Yes.
So, okay.
I've always considered a mountain bike fit just I don't know. You don't spend the same time in the saddle in the same position on the mountain bike.
You
You're
don't.
always up and around. You're off the saddle.
Yep.
You're doing stuff. So
You're off the bike.
you
You're
know,
over the bike.
yeah. And on the mountain bike, maybe a saddle height adjustment, maybe abbreviated fit would probably be good. But that's for another time.
Another time. All right.
But say you want to do stuff yourself. So the main complaints that we have is your ass hurts, your knees hurt,
Yep.
or your hands hurt and upper body hurt.
Right.
So let's start with the upper body and hand numbness, which is very, very common. And even when your bike is perfectly fit to you, you still have the potential of getting hand numbness.
You can.
All your weight, especially when you're riding an aggressive bike like an Amonda or a Madone, we're all putting pressure on our ulnar nerve, on our hand. So even when your bike is fitted, you still potentially could get hand numbness. So it's important to shake them out
But every
once
little
in a
bit
while.
helps.
Maybe change positions on your handlebar once you feel it coming on will help. But typically the remedy for that is two things. It is your cockpit layout, or you just need to get gloves.
Yeah.
Gloves are where I start everybody. Like, get gloves first because
It's a $30 cure.
Because they always help.
Yep.
And they're inexpensive. And sometimes if people are so happy if just those gloves, yeah, that works. That's all I needed. So if that's not the case, if we need to get you up and back, stems are our next move. Stems, there must be hundreds of combinations of stems out there, at least. The typical remedy to get you a little bit off the front would be to get something perhaps shorter, or something a little bit with a higher rise to it, a higher angle. Both those things are remedies for hand numbness and for fatigue in the upper body. Another thing that you could do is do push-ups. Do planks, do push-ups. Being more physically fit on the upper body definitely helps on a more aggressive bike.
Yeah. And we're going to have a video about that coming up here in the next several weeks, my friends. You got to get over the surgery still.
So one of the things I don't recommend you do is mess with handlebar widths.
Right.
That should be done. That should be done with a fitter. He's going to measure you from certain points on your, I forget what those points are called, but that will be a hard number.
And Brandon's not necessarily a fitter.
And you don't mess with that.
Right.
A lot of people are like, oh, well, the pros were, you're not a pro a lot of times. They want to get more aero.
Yeah.
So what they do is they're bringing them in to make you more aero. But damn, that's like doing a plank. Your leverage
for 45
is totally,
miles.
Yeah, it's totally off. So you're messing with things there. So
you know what else you shouldn't mess with? Not forgetting to like, subscribe, bell notification icon. Helps out the channel, helps out the video.
Yep, nicely done. So stem is where you want to, if you're going to tinker yourself, stem, get the cheap ones at first.
Right.
$35, $45. Experiment with that. See if you can get the right angle for yourself. And after that, get a sexier one, because you will be a test pilot at that point, just kind of flying blind and trying to figure it out. Yep.
Okay.
So the next thing is going to be pain in your ass, literally.
Yep.
So saddles come in many, many widths as well.
Sits bones.
In which case you should get a saddle sizing done. Typically we do saddle sizings here for free. It's not a big deal. It doesn't take a lot of time. We have what we call the Ass Master. You sit down on it, kind of see where your sits bones are, and then we'll recommend, based on the space in between, a right saddle for you. That's usually not a big deal. But saddles that you can't really tell where your ass bones are just by feeling yourself. So I would definitely recommend getting that done. Now, there's so many different shapes of saddles out there too. So saddles are always a bit of an experiment as well. Some things with cutouts, not cutouts. You have flatter ones, you have rounder ones.
Some have the split nose.
Yep. It's all a lot of preference.
Yeah.
But definitely, if you do the fit, we're going to get that saddle width done for you.
Yeah,
and that will
absolutely.
be an exact number.
Absolutely.
The next one will be your saddle height. Fore and aft is going to be difficult to do. You can mess with fore and aft, especially if you're having trouble with your soft tissue areas. Sometimes
your meaty bits.
If you're riding the nose and it's giving you discomfort or numbness, bumping up forward might help a little bit. But a lot of that also has to do with saddle height. And you can mess with that. I think if you were to do...
We want to see a good extension, but nothing that's going to lock you out and hyperextend.
Right. In the fit room, it's about 25, I think it's 25, 30, between 25 and 30 degrees. A great way to take a look at yourself, a great way to kind of judge where you're at, ride by a shop window and kind of pedal softly and look at yourself in the window. Does that look like about 25, 30 degrees in there? And you can adjust accordingly.
Carry your protractor.
Yep. A great way to do that also would be to pay attention to your knees
Right.
or in your thighs, how your legs feel. If you're feeling a lot of burning in your thighs or the front of your knees are feeling a lot of pressure and they're hurting, that means your saddle's too low. If you're feeling some discomfort in the back of your leg, in the back of your knees, and in your hamstrings, your saddle's too
Too high.
high. So use those also as kind of a guide
Yeah.
to
The
setting your
pain in your
saddle
body
height.
will let you know what's going on for
Right,
sure. You just got to listen
right,
as far as that goes.
exactly. And some people don't feel discomfort, and that's fine. But you can tell they're not being efficient. There's some people that just ride, and I kind of love those people a little bit. I just ride. I kind of have
Run,
to admire
Forrest.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of.
They're just doing what they're
But when
doing.
you look at it, it's like, man, you could be riding so much better and be more comfortable if we just adjusted your saddle
Yeah.
correctly. I mean, you can see
Those
guys.
people really don't care.
Yeah,
God
sometimes
bless.
I'm driving by like, ooh, that saddle's too low,
Yeah.
and it can make a world of difference.
It can.
So those are the three big ones: saddle, cockpit, and saddle height fore and aft. You can also get more in depth on the fitting with crank arm length and things like that. But if you're just trying to dial it in yourself, those are the
Those are the
three
main
you're going to want
things.
to talk about
All
or
right.
think about, I should say.
Yeah. And you'd be surprised. Just a few adjustments.
Hmm.
And I usually tell people that first couple, 2, 3 weeks, and I always have a toolkit anyways, but if you're new to biking and everything like that, just carry a simple tri wrench around,
Yep.
because then you can make some of these adjustments while you're riding and see how that
Right.
works and get it to where it really feels good for
Yeah.
you.
And some people get lucky. Some people can, oh, just give me that one. Like, yeah, that was it. That's fine. And that's great.
Again, God bless.
No
You
problem.
suck, but God bless.
No problem.
Yeah.
I get it.
So,
That's just fine with me. And be advised too, if you're new to cycling and you get the fit done, it's still gonna hurt. No matter what, you might be adjusted perfectly. You have to give your bike time. You have to give your body time
right.
to get used to the sport, how you sit on the bike. We weren't designed to ride bikes, really. So give your ass some time, give your upper body some time to get stronger, all that stuff before making changes. Too many
Right.
changes are you're just chasing it.
Yeah. You
So,
gotta, yeah, you gotta adapt and everything. I'm not yawning because I'm tired again. The neck surgery. I got problems now for
do
some
I
reason
bore you?
with the
Does it-
science. The sinus. And so I'm getting that thing and it's just causing a yawning reaction to try to get it to pop or something like
Gross.
that. So yeah.
I hate plugged ears.
And it's, do I amuse you? But I know what you were
I
going
know.
for, Goodfellas. So, but anyways. All right, guys, we're done with the video.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, bell notification icon. It's the trifecta we love so much around here. Helps out the channel, helps out the video. Links down below. The most important one is going to be Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix. If you have any questions about today's video, any other video that you might have seen, follow the link. Call these guys. Brandon and his team are amazing, and they'll be more than happy to help you. All right? Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the devil's work. It's our social media, but we need it. Gets the word out about Get Out Arizona. We do group hikes, group rides. A lot of fun, guys. We do a lot of cool stuff. And you can follow us on our daily adventures, okay? Not saying it's that exciting, but, you can make fun of us. We'll accept that too.
Make a drinking game out of it.
Yeah, drinking game out of it.
Anytime we say something wrong, you can drink.
Jesus, dude, they'd be drunk before the freaking 60-second reel was over with. Other links down below are going to be our affiliate links. They help out with coffee money, park pass money, gas money. Make qualifying purchase. We get a small commission. Doesn't cost you a penny. Everybody wins. So on that note, my friends, what do we always say? Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards on that trail. And we have to ask, what are you waiting for?
Get Out Arizona.
Damn straight. We'll see you on that next adventure. Take care, everybody. Brandon, have a good weekend, man.
As well.